Here I'd like to take you through how to take a whole chicken apart into different pieces so that you're ready to create your recipes. First thing you need to know is when you buy your whole chicken, you should never take it into your sink and start washing in the sink. All you're going to do is spread the bacteria all around your sink. If it's a little wet and you want to dry it off, the best thing to do is take some absorbent paper and pat it dry. Okay, so now I'm going to move it to my cutting board. I'm going to use two knives here. I'm going to use a boning knife, and I'll have a paring knife here as well, just to get around those little grooves. First of all, we're going to take off the legs and thighs. So you're going to make a slit here into the skin, which then exposes the drumstick and the thigh. So we're going to cut into the skin, and then what you'll see when you pull this back, you'll actually end up breaking this bone right here, and there's a piece of meat there called an oyster. So we're actually going to go around that oyster, because that's a nice piece of meat, and you see the joint is broken, and we're just going to cut along there and take that piece off. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Cut into the skin all the way down, and then pull back on the joint until it breaks. And then we're going to take our knife around the oyster and then right through towards the back, taking off the thigh. Now to separate these two, there's a joint right in between. So all you need to do is put your finger in, feel where the joint is, and then cut with your knife, and it separates very easily. You just need to find that joint and push the knife through. So there's our two drumsticks and our two thighs. Now we're going to deal with the rest of it, and that's the wing tips, and the breast. To get the most out of your chicken breast coming off the bone, best thing to do is we want to remove the wishbone. So we're going to cut this little piece of skin here, take that off, and then the wishbone is right in here. So using the tip of your paring knife, you just want to scrape the bone on one side, scrape it on the other side, then you put your fingers in to feel the wishbone from the top to the bottom. And then this one's actually already broken, but you then pull out the two little bones. That enables you to cut and go really close to the bone and get all of the chicken breast off. So now I'm going to use my boning knife, and I'm going to go just on one side of the breastbone, come down along the bone, and again we have another little joint here where the knife will go right through, and it separates the breast and the wings from the carcass. Now we do the other side. We go on the other side of the breastbone with our boning knife. We go very close to the carcass, making small incisions. You don't need to do this in one go. You can just make little cuts along until you get all of the meat off the carcass. Again, there's a joint here where we're going to push the knife right through, and that comes off very easily too. This you would use for chicken stock, for instance. Let's put that away. Now I'm going to separate the wing from the breast, turn it over, and I'm just going to feel my way along the bone there. I want to take the wing off, leave the breast intact. If I turn it over here, we have a little piece of meat in here which you can cut off. It makes a great chicken strip. This is called the tenderloin. You put that away. We have our breast here. Now we're going to separate the drumette from the wingtip, so we're going to cut through there, and then this little wingtip we're going to cut off as well. So that's typically what you would get when you get wings. This little wingette piece here, you're going to put in with your chicken stock. So I'm going to put my wings here got my breast, my tenderloin or fillet. We're going to go to the next breast, take away the tenderloin or the fillet. Again, turn it over. So now we have our whole chicken breast here and our wing pieces. To cut that away, I'm going to feel where the bone is right here at the end, and I'm going to cut through. And again, we're going to separate this, cutting off the little wing tip. And then there's a joint in between the drumette and the wing, and we're going to cut through that. So we end up with our chicken bones for stock, 2 chicken breasts, 4 pieces of wing, 2 chicken fillets or tenderloins. We have our 2 thighs and our 2 drumsticks. So here we have a tikka masala with the thigh and the drumstick with some nice basmati rice, and that's how you mix in a little India.